Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Bush. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Right there.
They give to Bush going right. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 5 wide. There's the party now.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Complete. It's Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage.
There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 93 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Trent Murphy. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
You go tight. You got tight.
And he's got room. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Check 43. Hey, switch gears. I got motion. Mike spot 4. Mike spot regular. Hey, watch out. Check, Mike.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackle.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Trent Murphy. And this one will be brought back to the 22. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, nickel. Check. Press. Alert. Press. Watch the safety creep. Check. Check, hot route. Hot. He's coming. We got double up. Shit. Check, alert! Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Bush. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 21-0 our score after 1. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike 54. Hey, Orbit. Alert.
This is Bush. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
54. Round 80. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, baby.
On second down, it's Bush. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
5 wide. Shit. 56. Half 10. Hey, Delta. Under coach. Kill. Pilot, 64, weak.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run it with Bush. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Tackled that time by Jarquiski Tart.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Bush. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Jim, hey, tight. Switch. Slam. Hey, alert 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Bush. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Bush. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
It's going to be a long day, offense. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Mike's middle. Mike's by forward. Hey, exit. We got to get to the ball.
To throw, it's Allen. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Right, 50, right. Mike 50. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Shoot,
Mostert. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Back to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Josh Jones. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times. But also, they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Bush. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Bush on 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Well, that was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, You know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start it.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Bush. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 29, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. On first down, it's Bush, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Check. Watch 54.
On 3rd down, it's Bush. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down Niners. He'll drop to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. He'll look to throw here. He finds McKinnon, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Here's Mostert. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the second...
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. From 3 yards out. And the 49ers get a score closer. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll drop to throw. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Watch the eye. Joker, 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 Joker. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, check middle. Check 24. Middle. Pass. You got it.
They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Switch gears. All 52. Switch it. Come on, Sunday. Watch out. 6 guys. General West.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over and practice very often.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Murphy picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Mike. Ready? 59. Pass. Tighten up. Go.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check 52. Check the backer. Check 99. Check 99. Hey, hold. Check. Alert. Check nickel. Check. Fresno.
On 2nd down, Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Mike's 59. There's a party now. Five. Mike 59. Your track. Alert. Right, check. 59. You can't block me.
Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. Looking to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 59 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll hand it off to Bush. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 36. 36. Watch out. Watch alert. Back. Alert. On the ball. Attack.
They'll go again with Bush. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch. Whip. Watch the whip. 25. Check 25. Regular. What's that?
They'll run on first down. It's Bush, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
March in. Protein spill. Shit. 5 wide. Gun. Undercrush. Look out. It's done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
Check out. Switch.
On 3rd down, it's Bush, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 15. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 27-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bush. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Check, 59, man. Hey, wahoo! 59 Mike, check, 59.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that's caught by Beasley. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Bills, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately,